Alright, so welcome to the final Sunday of the Christmas calendar on the channel. Today I thought I would do the wish list that I talked about for Tour de France 2020. Since, wish list, Christmas, perfect. So basically there are a lot of things that both I and you guys said that you wanted to be in next year's game. And some are more realistic than others, but I'm still gonna say most of them. And hopefully some people who can do something about it sees this and maybe implement some of the features or some of the things that we have here. So yeah, that's the hope anyway. Alright, without further ado, let's just start with the first one, which is one that I personally think is probably the most important one. Graphics. Yeah, graphics, as I've seen, is the thing that turns on the majority of people, turns off majority of people of the game. Because they look like PlayStation 2 graphics, if I am to say so myself. They're not great. They're not great. I understand that stages are difficult to really do high quality, because you gotta recreate so many stages, right, every year. So I understand that. But riders, please, can we have something where we can tell riders from each other? Like something where we can distinguish between different riders, right? Tell who is who. So for example, it could be something really simple, like Quintana, he often wears those glasses there. Boom, Quintana has that. Like it can just be small things. It doesn't have to be entire face scan FIFA 20 type thing. It can be small things, so we can just sort of tell the difference between the different riders, right? Because right now, every single guy looks the same. You have no clue who is who. You just gotta guess, really, right? So that would be amazing. And if we can just change the faces of them like slightly, so they just look tiny bit like they do in real life, just tiny bit, you know? Because you can reuse that every year, right? Pretty much. Because the looks of the riders are not really gonna change too much, are they? So I don't know. That's something that I think is really important, just to mainly to get more people to play the game. But yeah, that was the first one, though. Graphics, improving. Graphics. Second one here, and a quite important one too, in my opinion, is Pro Leader and Pro Team. So, in my opinion, in Pro Leader, you should not have your own team, because that sort of defeats the purpose of Pro Team. Because right now, Pro Team is like just a B-Tech Pro Leader. It's just the worst version. There's no real reason to play it, because you can do the exact same thing, plus have your own rider in Pro Leader. So I feel like in Pro Leader, you should be able to join actual teams. Not have your own team. It's not Pro Leader team. You're not the leader of the Pro Team, right? It's Pro Leader. It's your own rider. It's a career mode, pretty much. That makes a lot more sense. That makes so much more sense. I don't even know why you have your own team in Pro Leader. I don't really get it, to be honest, but it is what it is. So if you do that, then boom, there's actually a purpose for playing Pro Team now. Because like right now, there's no purpose to playing it. That's why I don't play it, because there's no reason to. Like it's the same thing, just voice. Simple. And in Pro Team and Pro Leader, a lot of people have said a lot of different things, which I'm gonna find here. In Pro Team, not only can you buy riders, but the other teams can also buy riders. Pretty self-explanatory, that. So they can either buy your riders, or in between seasons, they buy each other's riders. So people change teams. So like, when you've played 10 seasons, you're not up against the same exact teams as 10 years ago, right? That would make sense. You know what I mean? That would make sense. So, I think that's a good idea. It really is. And same thing for Pro Leader, of course, right? Same thing there. Make sponsors in Pro Team, Pro Leader. I think this is a bit more ambitious one. Probably gonna take a bit longer to do, to be fair. It's not like a complete necessary thing, because pretty much this guy summed it up pretty well. The game at the moment is just a bad version of Pro Cycling Manager with the ability to control your rider. So basically what you want from this game is to be a slightly less complicated version of Pro Cycling Manager, but still have all the good features that Pro Cycling Manager has. Yes, exactly, like the comparison between FIFA 20 and Football Manager 2020, right? Don't know if it's too much to ask for, but yeah, that's like, yeah. Oh, here's one as well. Riders to age as season go on, retire and then be replaced by new riders. Yeah, 100%. Another one here, custom jerseys. Yes, I don't think being able to make a custom jersey in the game should be that difficult to implement. I don't think, because majority of games have it. Even like low budget games have it. So you can make like your own jersey for Pro Team, of course, right? If you want to make your own team. I think that's a really good idea, to be fair. So yeah, that was pretty much the Pro Leader Pro Team section I had here. Moving on to crashes. Crashes are just like, they're just there, but they're not there. Like, it's like you crash, but it doesn't really matter, does it? You may lose a tiny bit of time, maybe, a really big maybe, because you're probably going to quite easily catch up, and then you're back, and yeah, that's that. So, in my opinion, right, if your rider crashes, it should affect his attributes. So if he crashes, say you're going really fast, right, down a mountain, something like that, he crashes, his attributes from then on will then be decreased. Or some of them anyway, like, I don't know, he's mountain climbing, he's attacking, he's, I don't know, just some of his attributes will be decreased, right, for a certain amount of time, if not the rest of the tour. And how much it affects like his attributes is mostly depends on the speed, and then some random factors, which don't need to make sense. It can just be random, realistically, since sometimes in real life, you know, you land on your shoulder, you just have a bad landing, right? And then that's worse than, you know, if you have a lucky landing, right? So some random things as well that's gonna determine how bad his injury will be. And then basically how you can see if your rider has an injury would be after you see the GC standings, you move on. Usually you see how much stamina your riders have. On there as well, you can click on your rider, and if he has like a, what's it called, exclamation mark on him, he's injured. Then you can click on him and then see what attributes have been decreased. I feel that's a pretty simple thing to do, right? I feel like. Hopefully. I feel that would definitely make crashes more impactful in the game, since right now it's, again, it's not really like a big deal, to be fair. It's really not. So, yeah, just a thought. Just a thought. And the last thing that I have, pretty much, is being able to play with friends, both in online and in the actual tour. Now, not friends on your PS4, not two controllers, split screen, no. I'm talking online, right? So you can play the Tour de France, or you can play in my tour with friends online. That would be amazing, and I pray that it will be in the game. I really do. I really, really do. That is really annoying, and I have no clue what is that loud. What is that? It's someone inside. Okay, well, I'm gonna move on, okay? That was all I had, basically, so now let's see if anyone has anything else. Yes, Rain, it will increase the chances of crashes and riders will lose like more stamina. Yes, different weather, for sure. That will also add like a variety to the game, so it's not just the same over and over and over and over and over again, you know what I mean? So, yes, for sure. Actual punches is random shanks, but things like cobblestones or gravel roads would increase the shanks. I agree. I agree with that statement. A bit more ambitious, but team cars training the peloton, you would need to get water bottles from them to keep your riders hydrated. That is definitely ambitious. I don't think it's going to be next year. Maybe in 2 years. Who knows? But I mean, it's a possibility, right? In 2 years' time, I guess. Create simple but own routes. I think it's probably too ambitious too, but that would be awesome if you could do that. If you could just like place and add like mountains in. I don't know how it would work exactly, but it would be sick to do. I don't think it's going to be next year. Maybe in 2 years, who knows, but that's definitely a good idea for sure. I see a lot of people saying that they just want a lot more races, which I agree, I guess. Some national championships for some countries would be cool too. Yeah, that was pretty much all I had here. Not sure how long this video is going to be, but hopefully we will see some of the things in the next game. You never know. I will try and get this out to some people who can maybe make a difference. But I guess we'll have to wait and see pretty much. So, yeah, thank you all for watching this video here. Hope you all enjoyed, and hopefully we can get some of these things in the next game. Do you agree? Let me know by leaving a like. Alright, I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.